in these reports, we found out a lot about people coming forward and providing information about the killer. And that brings us to the next question in our investigation, which is, did his behavior off campus raise any red flags? The things he was doing when he left Washington State University. Still with us, our guest, private investigator Lauren Vellucci, and clinical and forensic psychologist Dr. John Paul Garrison. Dr. G, I want to put this up here. This is from the University of Washington student. The killer had asked, name redacted, if she was single. She discussed her relationship with her partner. He asked about other friends of hers and if she was interested in getting together outside of school. She said she was not interested. She said she had told him she had been blanked, right? And he stated he did not date broken women. The redaction, I believe, probably refers to some form of being a victim. Dr. G, what are your thoughts about him seeing a woman who's been a victim as a broken woman and having some sort of rule that he has that he doesn't date who he considers a broken woman?
It shows that he's sadistic. It goes to the idea that he has not just low empathy, but no empathy. This is someone who truly does not understand human relationships in any real measurable way. So, of course, if somebody has been hurt, he's going to see them. He's going to use that against him. He's going to use that as a bludgeon to make them feel awful. So regardless of whether or not he actually sees them as broken, he may just say that to enjoy watching someone hurt, because that's the kind of person he is.
Yeah, Lauren Vellucci, it's amazing that this guy has such a high opinion of himself and is so picky about who is good enough to be with him.
Yeah, it's disgusting, in fact. He was so full of himself that he had the confidence to go up to two women in bathing suits at this pool party that he was invited to. And he got a pity invite because his father went up to a neighbor of his that he had just moved in and basically said, I want you to meet my son because he has a hard time making friends. So when he went to that pool party, he went up to these two women and got their phone numbers. I know, attractive, smart men who don't have that confidence. And then you have this creature thinking that he is so good and he has this overbonding, confidence that he'll go up and have no issue approaching two women. It just shows how much he thinks of himself, his grandiosity, and how narcissistic he is.
Here's something else from another student who's at a pool party that Lauren is mentioning here. They noticed the killer trying to socialize, but not doing a good job of it. They were uncomfortable and a little bit weirded out by him and said his behavior seemed erratic. Dr. G, imagine this guy coming into town and hanging out at the pool party and trying to get to know folks. Like, oof.
It's tough because I think we've all been around awkward people that make us feel uncomfortable, but the way he does it is so extreme. When you think of everything of human behavior being on sort of a bell-shaped curve, like the vast majority of us are in the middle, and there's some outliers. He's way, way out there. And so I think it sounds like pretty much everybody identified him as someone who there was something strange about him beyond just being awkward.
Another woman at the pool party, the killer approached her and started talking with her about taking a personality test for introverted and extroverted personalities. She found the killer's conversation about personalities to be a weird topic to discuss at a party and became bored of the conversation. They exchanged phone numbers so he could text her a link to take a survey. She never saw him again after the party. He did text her sometime later asking if she had taken the survey. She never did respond, and shortly after changed her cell number and purchased a new phone. Dr. G, this woman's, radar for danger, I think, was activated by this guy. She knew that this guy was trouble.
Absolutely. And he also is somebody who is incredibly arrogant. He likes to show off how smart he was, which is probably why he wanted her to take that personality assessment or whatever it was so that he could talk about his knowledge about it, maybe somehow make him feel like he got leverage over her because he would probably find some way to try to make her feel bad about whatever her results were. That's how predators like him operate. So people need to trust their gut. There's just sometimes we just know when somebody is off. and it's beyond just making us uncomfortable. And I'm glad that some people were able to do that. It's so tragic and unfortunate how far he got and how far he was able to escalate all of this.
Yeah. Lauren, we have about 20 seconds left, but could you imagine someone coming up to you at a party? Hey, you want to take a survey?
Oh my gosh. You know, this guy was just, they found out that he had 18 contacts in his phone. Can you imagine being a 30-year-old man and only having 18 contacts? And those were family included. So this guy couldn't keep friendships or start them.
Great to have both of you with us tonight. Lauren Vellucci, Dr. G, Dr. John Paul Garrison. Thank you so much.